Hail, it's 11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode. We're back for another episode of Monday Night Raw, and tonight on Raw we are kicking off with Seth Rollins, who is going to explain his actions from last week when he attacked and viciously beat down the former disciple, Murphy. So, starting off the show is a man that many of you are, not gonna lie, almost uncomfortably fans of. As Seth Rollins makes his way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to celebrate the career of Buddy Murphy. We are here because last week, Shane Thorne pledged himself as my disciple and ended the career of that pathetic excuse of a former disciple in Murphy. But not just that, tonight we are also here to celebrate that I, your Messiah, have officially been declared the #1 contender to the WWE Championship because our wonderful general manager, Damian Sandow, came to his senses and realized that I earned my shot when I became the first man to pin Finn Balor in Universe Mode just 2 weeks ago. And right now, to show how giving of a Messiah that I am, I pulled some strings for you, Shane Thorne, my newest disciple. And I've gotten you a #1 contenders match to the United States Championship right now. So come on out here. So I guess we're starting off with the #1 contenders match to the US title. Here comes the newest disciple of the Monday Night Messiah. Here comes Shane Thorne. You can see Seth Rollins in his corner now. If you watched last week, Rollins only encountered Shane Thorne backstage, and he told him, hey, the reason you haven't gotten opportunities is because you're not running with the right people. Run with me, and I'll get you all the opportunities you want. And while Shane Thorne accepted the offer last week, he's the newest disciple of Seth Rollins, and now, tonight, Shane Thorne's got a #1 contenders match for the US title, it seems. We're also going to be confirming the Raw Tag Team title match for No Mercy tonight. And we'll have an update on the Women's Championship situation. So we literally are confirming the contenders to all the championships tonight, which is just insane. As here comes Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews making his way to the ring now. So it's going to be Apollo Crews and Shane Thorne in our opening contest here. The winner will get Keith Lee in a few weeks' time at No Mercy for the US title. As Apollo Crews makes his way to the ring. Big opportunity for both men. Apollo Crews, has been a while since he's got a title opportunity of any kind. As Crews makes his way to the ring. It's going to be Apollo Crews and Shane Thorne to kick things off here. It seems Rollins just whispered something in the ear. Shane Thorne. Oh, wait a minute. Shane Thorne. Oh, right hand to Apollo Crews. And now the disciple, Shane Thorne, going right after Apollo Crews. It feels so weird to say that about anyone but Murphy after all these months. Nearly a year now. As now Shane Thorne grabs Apollo Crews. Shane Thorne. Moonsault. Kicks him in the back now. And Shane Thorne going right after Crews here. Knee in the back. And Shane goes to grab Apollo, but Apollo with an elbow strike. Shane Thorne now. Whoa, catches Apollo Crews with an arm drag. And now Shane Thorne. Oh, an enziguri. Shane Thorne got the early match advantage with that pre-match assault. And now he's going right after Apollo Crews. Shane Thorne. Hurricane Rana. I see Rollins proud of his newest investment here. Rollins has completely revamped the Monday Night Messiah crew since WrestleMania. Authors of Pain are gone, fired from the company because of Rollins pulling the strings after their loss at WrestleMania. Murphy's been kicked to the curb. Potentially, I hate to say it, but Rollins might be right. Murphy's career may have been potentially ended last week after that chair salt. And now tonight, he's replaced the Authors of Pain with the former Forgotten Sons of Blake and Cutler, and now he's got Shane Thorne to replace Murphy. And if Shane Thorne could win the U.S. title, it really would be a replacement of Murphy. Is now Shane Thorne picking up Apollo Crews, and Shane Thorne with another Hurricane Rana. And Shane Thorne now grabs Crews and picks him back up to his feet. Thorne with went for a kick. Enziguri connects to Apollo. And now Shane Thorne picks him up to his feet, and Shane Thorne with an uppercut knocks Apollo Crews into the corner. Shane Thorne grabs Apollo Crews. Shane Thorne with an exploder into the corner. And now Shane Thorne picks Apollo Crews back up to his feet, and Shane Thorne went for a right. Crews counters. And now Apollo Crews caught with a drop kick. And now Shane Thorne picks him back up to his feet, and Shane Thorne spinning wheel kick. And another Hurricane Rana. Seth Rollins is loving the effort his new disciple is putting in tonight. Went for a drop kick. Crews out of the way. And now Thorne knocks Crews into the ropes. And now Apollo Crews grabbed by Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne springboard. Uppercut. And now Shane Thorne picks him up, and Shane Thorne with another uppercut. And a drop kick again. And now Shane picking up Apollo Crews, and what is Shane Thorne thinking here? Goes for a kick. Crews counters. And now Apollo Crews, right hand turns him around. Crews. Oh, he's got him up. Apollo Crews with the spinning sit-out powerbomb. Well, oh! Shane Thorne is in the ropes. Shane Thorne was in the ropes. That might have just saved him this matchup as Crews with a clothesline. Now Crews, swatted away. Thorne just kicked him in the head. And now Shane Thorne stalking Apollo Crews. And Shane Thorne now picks him up. Thorne spins him around. Oh! The right hand to the back of the head. And Shane Thorne drops Apollo Crews with a punch to the back of his head. And Shane Thorne now turns Crews over. 1, 2, 3. Shane Thorne knocks off Apollo Crews, and now Shane Thorne has himself a United States title opportunity at No Mercy. Just like that. Look at that. Boom! Punch to the back of the skull. Got him right on the sweet spot and knocked him out, and the new disciple gets the win. A big win for Shane Thorne. We have more coming up on Raw. We'll talk about that in a moment's time. Let's see what's going on with the rest of Monday Night Raw. Subscribing on YouTube is both free and appreciated. But another way that you can support the channel, if you are willing and able, is on Patreon. The LS11 Universe Patreon is linked in the description of every video that we have on the channel. Patreons get cool rewards, like personalized thank you videos, their name in the credits of videos on the channel, early access to side series like GM modes and Road to WrestleMania playthroughs, access to voting on the bi-weekly watch-alongs, and a bi-weekly podcast hosted by myself and Ray, where you get to learn more about us and more about decisions made behind the scenes. If you want to support us on Patreon, it's very appreciated, as it both helps the channel and helps support Ray's unhealthy Dr. Pepper addiction. Woo! Now, back to the show. So Shane Thorne gets the big win here on Raw. He's the new #1 contender to the United States Championship. Match announcement time. Grizzled Young Veterans knocked off Big Show and Titus O'Neil. I can now confirm that at No Mercy, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be defending the Raw Tag Team Championships in a triple threat tag match against not only Grizzled Young Veterans, but also the Usos will be involved. Samoa Joe knocked off Elias in singles action. Bianca Belair knocked off Peyton Royce. Others are going to be seeing Rhea Ripley take on Liv Morgan in the main event. WWE Champion Finn Balor takes on Randy Orton. So I can now confirm another match as well for No Mercy. Ronda Rousey will not be defending the Raw Women's Championship at No Mercy, unfortunately. But we will be crowning another #1 contender for Battleground next month at No Mercy in a few weeks' time. And it will be another triple threat situation, potentially a fatal four-way, depending on what the powers that be may decide. And it's going to be between the 3 or 4 women with the best win-loss records on Monday Night Raw. So, Bianca Belair is locked in. She has one of the best win-loss records, period. She is, as she says, unpinned, unsubmitted, therefore undefeated as part of the Raw roster. There's this woman, the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley, also unpinned, also unsubmitted, her only loss being the Money in the Bank ladder match a few weeks ago. The next woman involved, well, I have a feeling I know what comments will be coming when I say this. The Queen, Charlotte Flair. We are working on deciding if there will be a 4th woman involved or not. We are leaning towards yes. Now, Liv Morgan making her way to the ring. She's going to be taking on Rhea Ripley tonight. So it is Ripley versus Morgan. One-on-one. Tell us in the comments down below if you want it to be a triple threat between those 3 that we just mentioned, or if we make it a fatal 4, a right hand from Liv. Oh, and Liv managed to hit Rhea with a Hurricane Rana. And Liv Morgan now. Rhea back to her feet, and Rhea Ripley sweeps the leg. Rhea now picking Liv Morgan to her feet, and Rhea Ripley, right hand. And another. Takes down Liv Morgan, and now Rhea picks her up. And Rhea Ripley gets caught. Liv Morgan takes her down. Liv Morgan grabs Rhea. Rhea counters, and Rhea clotheslines her. Rhea Ripley now picking her up to her feet, and Ripley, right hand. And a jab. Rhea Ripley firing away on Liv Morgan, who counters. Liv Morgan grabs her, and Morgan slams Ripley into the mat. And now Liv Morgan, what's she thinking here? Cover on Ripley. Liv not even able to get a 1 count. Rhea Ripley immediately kicking out. And Rhea with a right hand. Back to her feet. Rhea, whoa, shoves her down immediately there. And now Rhea picking Liv Morgan up to her feet. And Liv Morgan in trouble. Oh, attempted clothesline. Rhea knocked back. And now Liv sends Rhea off the ropes. Liv Morgan, oh, just booted in the face by Rhea. And now Rhea Ripley picking her up. And Rhea Ripley, right hand. And went to hit her with a forearm. Morgan, neck breaker. And now Liv Morgan with a stomp to the head of Rhea Ripley. And kick to the back. Down she goes. And now Liv Morgan, subbing a little too soon, it seems, as Rhea Ripley just shoved her down again. Picks her back up to her feet now, and Liv Morgan in trouble. Rhea with a right hand knocks her into the corner, and now Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan pops her up and bounces her head first off the turnbuckle. Kick to the ribs. Rhea Ripley now grabs Liv Morgan, throws her over the top rope. Rhea Ripley grabs her now, and Ripley with Morgan picks her up and suplexes her back into the ring. And now Ripley picking Morgan back up again, and Rhea Ripley turns her around, picks her up on her shoulders, electric chair, and throws her, and she bounces off the ropes. Down goes Liv. And now Rhea picks her back up to her feet now, and Rhea with a right hand. No, Liv Morgan counters. Liv Morgan, no. Rhea counters. Rhea Ripley. Oh, chop for chop here, counter for counter. And Rhea Ripley grabs Liv Morgan and is going to hit her with Riptide. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley maintains her strong record here in Universe Mode overall. Rhea Ripley's only been pinned once in Universe Mode. She's only lost twice. And one of those times was a ladder match. The other time she was pinned was back in NXT when she lost the NXT Championship to Candice LeRae. And tonight, she knocks off Liv Morgan. This is a dangerous woman. There's no denying that. Rhea Ripley is dangerous, and she might just be the next Raw Women's Champion. It's a matter of when and not if when she gets into the ring with Ronda Rousey. Remember, on draft night, Rousey backed down from Ripley. Main event up next. It's time for the main event, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening. Here comes the Viper, Randy Orton, to the ring. Randy Orton making his way to the ring. He's getting a big opportunity. We haven't seen Randy Orton in a while. He's getting a big opportunity tonight to take on the WWE Champion. So Randy Orton making his way to the ring. A win tonight would get Randy Orton in title contention, you would imagine. He's going to be taking on the WWE Champion. Finn Balor. Yeah, I wonder where Balor's mindset is now, knowing that the only man that's ever defeated him in Universe Mode, Seth Rollins, is going to be facing him for that WWE Championship around his waist in just 2.5 weeks at No Mercy. Rollins genuinely, I will say it, I'm not supposed to show bias, but I will say, genuinely, Seth Rollins may be the only man on Raw capable of taking that championship from Balor. I mean, you look at the people he's gone through already. Braun Strowman, the monster, Balor's beat him. Another monster from the past, whose name we won't say, Balor beat him too. He is more of a freak than a monster. Roman Reigns. Balor has beaten him several times. Now tonight, Finn Balor makes his way to the ring for the main event. He's taking on the Viper. So it's Balor and Orton in our main event. Here we go. They lock up. And Orton's got Balor. Balor now. Turns Orton around. Balor takes down Orton. And now Finn picks Orton up and throws him to the mat. Balor with a slap. Grabs Orton. Orton counters. And now Orton grabs Balor. And Balor shoves Orton away. And Balor now tries to grab Orton. Orton with a right hand to the ribs. And now Randy Orton scoops Finn Balor up and slams him down. And kicks to the back now. And Randy Orton now trying to take things to his slow, methodical pace with a knee to the head. And now Randy picks Finn Balor back up to his feet. And Randy Orton, kick to the ribs. No, Balor counters. Balor, well, bounced off the ropes by Orton. And now Randy picks Balor back up to his feet. Randy Orton kicks him in the ribs. Uppercut knocks back Balor. And now Randy Orton Balor sends him off the ropes. And Balor, Sling Blade connects to Randy Orton. And now Balor into a cover. Balor. 1, 2. Orton kicks out. Keep in mind, Finn Balor is also the only man to have ever defeated the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. As now Randy Orton throws Balor in the corner. And now Orton with Balor scoops him up on his shoulders. Orton bounces him off the turnbuckle. Went for a right. Balor knocks him back. Finn, right hand. And another. And now Balor knocking back the Viper. Knocks him in the corner. Balor bounces Orton head first off the turnbuckle. And Orton rolls out of the ring. Orton now back into the ring. Balor went for a kick. Orton gets caught. Balor throws him across the ring in the corner. Balor with a clothesline. Down goes Randy again. Balor into a cover. 1, 2, no. Orton kicks out again. And now Randy Orton in trouble as Finn Balor kick to the back. The Viper is down, and now Balor stands over and kneels over him, actually. And now Balor went for a forearm. Orton caught him. Orton, no, caught by Balor. Balor with a chop. And now Finn takes down Randy. And now Finn Balor turns Randy Orton over, and what's Balor thinking? Another knee in the back. And now Finn Balor turns over Randy Orton. Now Finn Balor with a stomp to the arm. And there's another stomp. Kick to the ribs. And now Randy Orton picked back up by Balor. Balor grabs Orton, throws him across the ring, into the corner. Balor grabs Orton. And Finn, what's he thinking here? I think you know what he's thinking. Here comes shotgun, dropkick. Down goes Orton. Balor drags him away from the ropes. Finn, gotta look for the cover off the shotgun dropkick. No, Randy Orton certainly able to get out of that. And now Randall. I just called him Randall. As now Balor. Kick to the ribs. DDT to Orton. And now Finn Balor. Going up top. Balor. Here we go. Setting up Orton for. Went for coup de grace. Orton. Right hand. RKO to the champion. 1, 2. Finn Balor just kicked out. And now Randy picks Balor back up to his feet, and Randy Orton. Clothesline. And another. Randy ducks Balor, and Randy with the power slam. And now Randy, well, picked up by Balor. Balor uppercuts him. Finn Balor caught with an uppercut by Orton as well. Orton went for a kick. Balor kicks him in the head. Down goes Balor. Down goes Orton. Balor going up top. Finn. Here we go with Orton set up for the. Here it comes. Coup de grace. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And the WWE Champion gets the win. What a matchup tonight. Balor and Orton, what a battle between these two. Finn Balor kicked out of the RKO. Get the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. A big win for Finn Balor. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the number 1 contender, Seth Rollins, going after the WWE Champion. Oh, knocks Balor down. And now Rollins. Oh, Balor and Rollins getting into it now. Rollins went for a kick. Balor dodged him. And now Rollins grabs Balor. Plants him face first into the mat. And now Rollins picks Balor back up, and Rollins rolls Balor through and kicks him in the face. And just like that, Rollins calling Balor up, kicks him in the ribs. Rollins with the stomp to Finn Balor. Just like that. I've been Xander. That was Universe.